Public humiliation is liberating. And it's liberating because whenever you go public with who you are, that means you've discovered who you are. You're actually living your life purpose. You've understood your value and who you came to be in the world. And the reason it becomes liberating because now you're willing to state it publicly. You're willing to put it out in the world. And most times we're not willing to do that because we don't even know what that is a lot of times, or we're just a little afraid of what others might think of us. But when we can get over that and own who we are, then we start to live a very different life. And we start to create a very different world. You see, because that's what I know is happening now, and this is all the work that I've been doing. I did a channeling session yesterday, and it was called It's Time to Own Your Life Purpose, and that's what I'm doing now. And it's fascinating because the beginning of that session, and I want everyone to hear it, it said, your story is unique and valuable. And we think about that and say, yeah, we know that we're unique, but how come we can't own that? Where does that come from where we can own our uniqueness? And then when we own that uniqueness, how can we assess it to be valuable even in our lives or in the world? But I happen to know that that's true for every single person. But what we have to do is work through all the old stuff, you see. We've got to work through all the restrictions and limitations that exist within us in our consciousness or in our spiritual evolution, what I think of it, because we each evolve and expand and however you think of that to become more. We do that individually, but the world does it as well. What's happening now is the world is doing it in a really big way, so it looks a little chaotic. But see, I've known that for a while too, but I couldn't liberate myself and become fully public with it. And the message and the title of this is a message that I received on the 13th of January in 2020. And I'm saying that because you'll understand I've used dates because I've received guidance over time on different dates, and the dates aligned with what was happening in our world. That didn't even make sense to me. So I know it wouldn't have made sense to a lot of other people. That was a little hard to believe. I talk about ascension, but I said, how do I know? Well, gee, I ascended to this other state of being within myself, which is what allowed me to move through all my difficulties, heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and all. And that's what I'm here to do. And so that's me becoming very public and humiliating myself because I'm telling people, listen, you can become this really great person because it's all within you. And all you have to do is do this little bit of work and it kinds to come about. That's the part that we all have trouble believing because we've been programmed into believing something else. But I'm going to show you that message from 2020 on January 13th. And it was surprising to me, but it also came with a little more reveal because there was a recording there that I had no memory of. And if you've listened to any of my channeling sessions, you would know that goes on all the time. We operate in different dimensions of existence of consciousness. When I'm doing a channeling session, I'm in a different consciousness. We all have the ability to do that. We just do it in our own ways, individually and differently. That's all. So, but this is what it is. Okay, January 13th, 2020. Public humiliation is liberating. We must give credit to that line to the actor Joaquin Phoenix. Roger watched an interview with him yesterday that was indeed liberating. Joaquin decided a few years ago to embody a fake personality, all in an effort to create a film. Most thought he had completely lost his mind, and to top it off, the film did poorly. When he was asked why he did it and what value he received, the answer was he became a better actor and he discovered public humiliation is liberating. It is also the answer many of you have been seeking. To further the point, Roger also saw Gary Clark Jr., who is considered one of the finest guitarists of your time. Gary said he would never say that to anyone when he was younger, as they might have thought he was crazy. You all do that one also. Roger is speaking on this as he has done it for decades. The other day, we gave him words that he recorded Roger rarely does this and never intended to share it with others, but now, if he doesn't, this message will not impact you as we hoped. Roger does not know at this moment or remember the exact words, but keep in mind we led him to the video this morning where the responsibility of fully living your life was discussed. We have spoken on this for decades, and if you are adventurous enough, visit our website and search for the word responsibility. None of this is not accidental, including you, your life, and your reading this now. Here is what you are to take away from this message. You have been hearing guidance and direction in your life as to what you are to do, and you have been ignoring it because others might think you are crazy, like Joaquin and Gary. Please be that. Also, Joaquin happened to win the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actor last night. So that was then. Then you open up, and this is the video that was there, and it reveals more. Oh, sorry, let me pause this. I got to share the sound on this. It is not nearly as difficult for you as you would like to believe. You can see very clearly how things are lining up in your favor, and you are beginning to acknowledge how powerful you are. The thing that would only cause you to be a little bit uncomfortable is actually seeing your potential. As crazy as that seems to you and to others, it is something that has always held you back because you have a vast understanding of the power that you hold. And if you were to harness it, the good that you could do not only in your own life, but in the lives of others. You have always felt that you've had this ability. You've always felt that you have this calling, and you constantly resist it and fall back on yourself. There is a reason that all of these others are around you looking for your support. We've told you many times how you hold back, how you've stopped yourself. You know the messages that came to you in the early 1980s were saying the same thing. If you remember Freddie Weber, and you remember this so well, how you worked with her and caused great advancement, and the moment you felt that you didn't trust it and you stopped, you can no longer do that, as everyone, the planet, the universe, all that is, needs you to stand up to who you know that you could, can, and want to be. Yes, we love the fact that you feel that it is a mission of yours, that it is your responsibility, because indeed it is that. There is no failure available for you. You've gone through that. You've done that. You've done those things. You've seen what that's like. Even the things that were horrible and that you thought would end your life didn't, and you are here, and that's why you are indeed here. You've been afraid to speak about the health issues, but that is going to come up, and you will offer others great information in that regard as well. Everything that you have feared speaking about is now becoming more comfortable. It is becoming comfortable because you understand the value, the beauty of what you have done. Thank you for coming and taking this time to be with us, and you will do more of it now. We told you some time ago that we had a lot to say, and now you're allowing us to say it. Thank you. That was message, and I had forgotten about that. And the person they were talking about was someone I was doing life coaching with in 1986, but I thought I couldn't be that good. This person was making great strides and changing their lives, and they were very prominent in the entertainment field, and I was watching all of that, but my insecurity said, no, I couldn't be doing that. See, we do that one too. We all do, because we progress in our consciousness over time, and that's a neural cognitive kind of process change that we all move through. And that's what I call also our ascension or spiritual awakening or higher state, moving to states of higher consciousness. Now, many people have done this and are doing it. The difference was I wrote it down in real time. That was the thing that was challenging for me to accept because it was so unique. And I was told very clearly that I was given work that could help us move through this transition, this period in our world, and people would be happy. They would be discover who they were. I even said, "Oh, it doesn't even cost that much, and you could do that." But again, believing that was challenging for me and others. However, now it's a very different time, and people are seeing what's happening in the world. All the things that I had been speaking about for the last several years. Now you can see it's 4 years was because we're going through a change. And the way that change becomes what we all want it to be, meaning creating the world that we want to have when we decide to get out of our way, own who we are, decide to publicly humiliate ourselves by owning our true essence. And that's the work that I'm doing. It's fascinating to hear this too, because I went into my group last night after the meeting and we just had such a great time moving through things together because that's what this period is going to be about for this next full year. That's how we're going to be moving through this change, which is why it looks so disruptive. And today, when I got up and I saw that there are escalating tensions in other parts of the world, that's exactly what I've been talking about. We have these old energies within all of us that we must let go of. Otherwise, we keep creating wars. We keep doing all kinds of other things to ourselves and to others. That's the work that I'm doing. So I'm going to guide as many people as I can to publicly humiliate themselves by owning who they are, understanding their life purpose, their value, and why they're on this earth, because every soul is born to make a contribution and it is within you. I know that for sure because that's what I've lived. All right. See you guys soon.